Well, my hair's messed up. Anyways, as you can see, the trailer's on the truck. You know what that means? Buying another one. This one though is definitely a part trick. We're getting it from a fellow tin grill Dodge truck, 70s Dodge truck enthusiast. They bought it for a bunch of parts. It's the same color as the truck they had that they're fixing up, and used it for parts. Got a seized 440 in it. It's a club cab, 2-wheel drive, but he got all the parts off it he needs. He's ready to go to scrap unless somebody wanted to buy it, and I said I'd buy it. It's gonna be probably an hour and a half drive to 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes, whatever, depending on traffic and whatnot. Going a little bit north up to Vancouver, Washington. So we'll get some video in a little bit when we get there, and probably won't video at his house. I'm not really big into doing that, but I'll show you guys the truck when we get it. But until then, we're gonna get loaded up in the old 05 Power Wagon and put some more miles on it, see if I can get it to, we're almost to 200K on it. Don't really care for that because I just know that you know, Hemi problems with high miles, so oh well. But yeah, as you can see, it looks a lot lighter out than it actually is. But so we're gonna get on the road here and get some miles down, and I'll show you guys the truck when we get it. Alright, didn't get any video while I was loading this thing up. We made it back. We're back at the Mopar Farm 1.0 because I haven't moved yet. My hair is still messed up even though I got soaked earlier. It was just pouring rain. The drive was okay. A little bit of hydroplaning, not really too much. You know, mud tires don't do too bad, but a lot of standing water on the highway. But got there and back, no problem. Just took it easy. Just nice little Saturday cruise. But anyways, we got this thing on the trailer, and just figured I didn't want to mess with trying to video anything, especially driving in bad weather. But I'll turn the camera around and show you what we got. Okay, here it is. It is a, I don't know, 77, 78. Let's look at the sticker. It says, yeah, right there. 3 of 78. I don't know, I haven't looked at the VIN number. 8th digit of the VIN. Where's the VIN? Vehicle type, truck. Oh, here's the VIN number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. I think it's the 5th digit. I don't know. You know, some of you Mopar fanatics probably remember which digit dictates what engine this is supposed to have, but I don't know if this is original to it or not, but it does. If I didn't drop my phone, sorry about that. We got right there, 440. So it's supposed to be locked up. You can see there's some, like a broken bolt, whatever. It's a core motor. Unfortunately, it's now been out in the rain, no intake, but we'll get it covered up with something. Has the motor mounts are gone out of it, so this just kind of sat there for the whole ride back on a block of wood. You know, fits it, ships. You know, whatever it fits in there, ships it. Ships on the way. This truck I got from another enthusiast. He had bought it for parts for a crew cab that he bought that's got the same paint scheme going on. So he stripped the all the front end stuff off for his truck to have spares and some other things that he thought he might be able to resell to make some money back on buying it. And then I went and picked it up for scraps for me. Not that I need more, you know, parts trucks laying around or whatever, but yeah, let's see. Got an AC dash frame. I think it had a whole complete dash, and the steering column and everything was in it when he got it. I'm pretty sure it was a complete truck. But as you can see, we have the optional open air floor option on this guy, and the aftermarket, you know, like Buick pillow top power seats or whatever these are out of. Looks kind of Ford. Maybe it's out of like a Lincoln or something. I don't know. We do still have jump seats. I was hoping the cab interior panels would still be in it, but he had somebody interested in those, so they got them before I got to the truck. The bed is really beat up, rusty, and he cut out. It had the factory rear mounted tank, which there's the heat shield for it. I guess he didn't want that part to go with it, but I didn't realize that until just now, or else I might have asked him if he wanted to pull it real quick. Yeah, I don't know. This bed's junk, obviously. This bumper, when I first pulled up, I was excited because this is my favorite kind of bumper on these trucks. This is the older one, so it has the older style license plate lights. But yeah, I think this one's a little far gone. I don't know. Right here is really bad. It's just the rust is really bad on it. It might be something I could maybe take the diamond plate off and replace the diamond plate part, grind this down really good and do some metal working. Maybe do some welding and weld it, fill that all back up with weld and grind it all down, but it's probably not worth it. It's, it's bent and whatever. I'll probably save it, but obviously here I got this truck over here. You can see it's a 78, has the same bumper. This one's an alot. This is what it's supposed to look like, without the giant rust, but they have the silicone in there. It's supposed to keep it from doing that, keep the water out. But anyways, I was excited, but obviously that's pretty rough. So got this, basically paid what I paid for it was what you would pay for a core engine, which, as you can see, there's pretty rusty in those exhaust ports. So I don't know how bad that engine is. He said it's locked up good, but they can pull the heads off and bust the pistons out of it or whatever and rebuild it. It is a 440, so that's what matters. And then we got a 727 there. It's probably good. It's a 2-wheel drive truck, so no transfer case, but we do have the multi-piece driveline, which I don't know for sure, but that driveline section might be the right length to replace on that green truck I was just showing you the bumper on, because that driveline is bent on that truck from being forklifted from the side. And then of course, we got the 3/4 ton rear end. And I did notice when I was getting this loaded on, this has got the big lug studs. It doesn't have the 1/2 inch like a lot of the 3/4 ton, older 3/4 ton trucks did. So I don't know if this was a camper 9000 or a camper 7500 model. This might say on here GVW rear. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. The truck's in pieces. So it did have the headliner. You can see the screws that hold the headliner cardboard thing up. Looks like there might be some rust. You guys can't see very good on this camera. It's a little bit of rust. I can see just a little bit of bubble, like little blisters kind of popping up over the windshield and over this driver's door. But the cab floor obviously is junk. We got good rockers, good cab corners. The cab itself is straight. Let's see if I can walk over this thing and not fall down and injure myself. Of course, it helps if it doesn't move, which it just did. So, we got one tail light corner here. We could, I might actually cut that off and save it. The rest of this bedside is pretty bent up. There's some bubbling in here, so I'm gonna save these pieces of trim, because you can always work those out and repolish them. And then we've got the stainless drip rail molding for the club cab, which is pretty cool. A few other odds and ends in there. I don't know where this truck sat, but look at this glove box. It's like it sat with that open or something. It must have not had a window in the door or something and sat there with that open, filled up with water. And those go to the grab handles on the SE door panel. So this was a pretty highly optioned truck. So you got the AC stuff here. I think it had an AC compressor and everything on there, but I think he kept all that for his things. And I know some people they really like to keep all that stuff for their projects or to resell or whatever. So one of the funny things, there's a bunch of spark plugs that a lot of people don't think about, and I just recently thought about it, is if I move the camera where you can see what I'm talking about, these windshield wiper pivots and the linkage stuff. I've got some of these extra, the bars that connect these, but I just went through 5 of these the other day working on the tow truck, getting the windshield wipers fixed on it. The ones that were on it, one of them, I was able to use one off the tow truck, but there was one laying in the cowl that was all rusted and swollen and split apart. The one that was on the truck was completely reamed out and split. And then I took the ones out of my dump truck, my old 1-ton state dump truck that I have out back there, and both of those were shot. And then I got 2 more out of another truck, and one of them was bent and the other one was only like half wore out. So felt like something snagged that when I spun it. But so we got a true 440 sitting here, and unfortunately he took the intake off, I think like a week ago, and then it started raining, so there's some water in there. So I'll probably, because this has no motor mounts and the exhaust is off and everything else, I'll probably do what I need to do to get the transmission unhooked and pull this out. And I think he said he drained the oil, which would be good, because I want to take this thing out and like flip it upside down and get whatever water's in there out of it. I changed the winch on the trailer. This is not the Apex 12K that I bought to put on the trailer. This is, as you can see, a ZXR. I had to buy the control box because I bought this secondhand on a receiver winch mount, and I got a good deal on it because they didn't have he said he didn't have the remote. In my brain, I didn't even think about the solenoid box was missing, and therefore once I got home I was looking at the connections on the motor and I was like, oh wait a minute, we need that control box. But $89 for this guy off of Amazon. It does have a corded remote, but it also came with a wireless. It worked perfectly. Drug this thing on with a locked up tire. That one is seized. Brakes are probably rusted up or whatever. Drug it up the ramp, which just has pretty good, the ramps I have for this trailer have pretty good traction. Okay, so I made it onto the ground without falling on my face. This is the problem I had though, because I was using the wireless remote watching the ramp in the back. I bound it up pretty good on this side. The cables probably got some good pinches in it now, but yeah, oh well, it happens. I'll have to drag it back out and get it spooled back on there better. But I think that might be only the second time this winch has ever been used, because the guy I got it from, I think he only used it once or something, and then I don't know, I got it from a old farmer guy. So anyways, that was the adventure today. Drive up to Vancouver, Washington to get this thing for a few $100, and mostly just to get the cab and the engine and transmission. You know, there's another good 3/4 ton rear end. I don't know what gears are in it, so of course driveline parts are good. I'm gonna look too, because I think I have my Slant 6 truck that's a 1/2 ton. I'm pretty sure the arms are flat, and this has got the arms like the van where the spring sits down in it, kinda. So I'm pretty sure they're flat on my 1/2 ton. And other than that, I think the ball joint and the bushing's the same. I'm probably wrong. I'm sure somebody will comment and tell me I'm wrong or whatever, but I want to do that trick of putting the lower control arms on with those spring pockets to lower that truck 2 inches in the front, and then I'm going to do an axle flip on the rear end to get it down, you know, another 2 inches, because once I put the Coke bottle or Daisy wheels on it, with some new muscle car tires, which is the look I want to go for with it. It's going to sit up probably a couple inches taller than it does right now, and it's at like the perfect height right now with the 16-inch and 17-inch wheels that are on it with the low pros, but I can't get tires in the size that I want for the 16-inch front, 17-inch rear. So going old school with the 15/8 all the way around with the Daisy mags, the old American racing ones. So they'll look cool. You know, of course, everything's money and time. So, but yeah, so I got that thing, and part of why I've been looking for a club cab, because this thing's still here. If the guy never gets a hold of me or never buys the thing like he said he wants to, the cab on that is just absolutely rotten to the point of it's totally not worth saving the cab. It's great for a wheeling rig, but if you want to fix it up, do anything, you know, make it where you can jump in it and drive it and it's not obnoxious and offensive, it's gonna need another cab. So I have a cab now, but this will just be parts of something else. The other idea I have is cutting the back of it off, the extended cab part off, and grafting it onto the back of a 4-door cab to make basically a mega cab, because obviously the mega cabs don't have that full extended cab length. But I thought that would be a pretty cool build. Just do that with a short bed, because that's going to get really long with a long bed. But who knows what I'll do. But this will go with me to the new property. I'll part it out, and probably part it out a little bit more and get it processed out, and that way it doesn't take up as much room. But yeah, that's kind of the plan with a few of the trucks. Once I get to the new property, get them dismantled, organize the parts, and go from there. So anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.